What's going on, everybody? So we just sold a new design. We're in Austin, Texas, and I wanted to share with you how we go about gathering our site photos, getting elevations, and setting the project up for success for the design team. So right now I have a zip level out, and then I have the drone out as well. We just met with the homeowner. So a lot of what I went over with the homeowner is, why do you want what you want? Are you entertaining? How many people are you entertaining? Do you have kids? What's the purpose of all this? Why do you want this stuff? That way we really get an understanding and can guide him with our expertise for really what we should do in the backyard, and where we should spend the money, and really trying to understand from him also, like, how much is he willing to spend, because when we go check out the backyard, you'll see this project is insane. I'm super excited. So I'm going to send up the drone first, get some drone photos, show you how I do it. So we have the DJI Mavic Air 2, I think, something like that. Do you remember, Zen? Yeah, Mavic Air 2, and we use it off the iPhone. So I just set it up right on the bed of my truck, and we go ahead and turn it on with 2 clicks and hold, and we turn it on. This battery actually might be dead. I brought another battery. Pop in that other battery. Click and hold. Perfect. Then this is the controller, and all we got to do is twist in the joysticks like this. What's cool about this project too is this is a guy who's already done 2 designs with us. So we did his front yard over there, and I'll go show you that in a little bit because I want to take some pictures for that. All right, so once you connect to the phone, this is kind of the screen that we get. We click right here to take off, hold it, and we're going to take off. Want to make sure, of course, that no trees are above it when you're taking off. And then really the way that I like to do it is, if you can come look. Actually, I'll upload the videos so we can see. So at first I like to start just really high up in the air. And the goal really is to make sure that we're gathering photos and perspectives of the entire property. So we're not missing property lines. We're not missing kind of what's around the home. So I like to take a couple videos like this so that we're seeing all of the videos. Like, the main goal of this is that we're showing the designer or your design team everything that they need, all angles, all photos, so that there's less miscommunication. Okay, then I'll switch to photos, photo, and what I like to do is I'll go, again, super high first, point the camera 90 degrees down, so we're looking straight down, and then take a couple different photos so we can use these images to scale them in our design program. So we're from the street to the street, and the house is right in the center, and we're going to take a photo like that. This also really helps when we're recreating the property, because the first step in design is to model everything that we see that's existing. So we want to really understand the structure of the roof. That's going to help our modeling team be able to model the property and get the house looking exact. And that's what we want, because when we present the design, we want the house to look exact. If you're presenting a design and the house doesn't look like how it does, or there's not detail in the house, you're just devaluing yourself, and it just doesn't look as good. Like, the design looks so much better when actual detail is put into it. So then I start taking pictures of the house. I'll go from the right corner of the yard to the left corner of the yard. And I'm just kind of spinning 360, taking photos of as much as I can. And I like using the drone because you can really get those angles that normally you can't get on site or on the ground. And so we're just going to try to take pictures of everything. Now, keep moving left to right. Keep taking photos. But something that is important is, let's figure out where our access is And also making sure we're taking pictures of utilities. So we're getting the utilities all in there. There's the AC units. There looks like a Generac or generator. There's the electrical panel. That's great to know. I also know from talking with him that his septic tanks are right next to the pool. So we need to make sure we gather those. And we're just taking a bunch of pictures. All right. Also taking a lot of pictures like this helps with tree plotting, you know. So we're gonna go back there and look at the design, but now that I took the pictures from above, I want to take some pictures from below. So I'll get right in the center of the yard and kind of spin and take photos. 360. So you know exactly what we're looking at. That's not a bad landing job. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to put this away. We're going to go to the back. We're going to talk about what the customer wants. And then we're going to take some elevations as well. And then just go look at it from all the different angles. Like really think about this design and really what he's after. This guy, he does real estate and accounting. He used to do some international stuff in Zurich, which is really cool. And you know, he reached out and was like, hey, I have this cool idea for my backyard, and sent me some pictures, these inspiration pictures, and was like, let's just take this thing to the next level. You know, I want to stick with the style of the house. So as a designer, you got to always remember, like, you know, what is the style of the house? We can't be putting modern stuff back here if the house isn't modern, right? It doesn't make sense. So he really likes that European style that his house already is, and we're going to stick with that, right? So here's our gas meter. We need to note that. Look at the distance and the change, the height change of this is crazy. So what we're going to do is we'll, when we take elevations, we'll figure out how far it is from the top of that garage to here, right? Here's the pool equipment. Gas, looks like some, yeah, you got the heater in there. I don't know what this thing is. Oh, that's a tree. Winterized. Here's some gutters. We want to mark our gutters too. That's important. And so this is kind of the area. So this is the playground area for his kids. But really what he wants and his goal is to kind of expand this top deck area all throughout over here. So we have the pool area. And what he's thinking about doing is extending all of this, and we'll need to figure out a good, because we're going to have stairs come down to the playground because we're going to keep that level. But we want to extend all of this because he really has no room to hang out, right? No room for chairs or loungers. And so he wants to extend the whole pool level out to about where his slope starts, out to about here. And he wants all of this so that, you know, they have more space. His kids are getting older right now. The kids are really young, so he wants more space for hanging out, entertaining. You know, we'll figure out an area for the stairs to go down towards the play set. And then this whole hill area is going to be kind of big, grand, centered right on the arches here of his house. We're going to have the stairs centered here. Big, grand European style stairs that go down. We'll probably have 3 different retaining walls to tier this area off. Obviously, this top retaining wall is going to have to be a little bit higher than the height of his pool deck right now. And then we'll have another wall right in the middle to kind of tier it off, do some planters on either side. And then we'll have kind of the bottom wall that'll be a couple feet high that will allow it, you know, the rest of this to be flattened. And all of this he wants to keep grass, you know. So there's 2 main views he wants. He wants the view from under his arches looking at this way and just seeing like this immaculate, beautiful backyard that he's created. And then he wants another view from here looking back up. Here, come over here and look. Looking back up with, you know, the walls on either side, big grand stairs going up, you know, to where his big pool deck will be right here. You know, huge pool deck, you know, travertine maybe. You know, we'll figure out the type of flooring, we'll spec the materials out. Nice furniture. And so that's kind of really his goal. So, wait for you to come up here. Couple things. The access is definitely the best on this side. We're probably going to have to get rid of this tree, and I told him that, and he said it's okay. But we have good access over here. So this is probably where our machines are going to have to come in. You know, we have definitely more than 8 feet wide. So this is where everything's going to have to come in, because you're going to do a lot of digging and a lot of taking out of the dirt. And so access is important, because shit gets way more expensive if you got to hand, you know, wheelbarrow all this stuff out. We don't want to be doing that. His septic tanks, you can see, are behind there. And these are the septic tanks, so you know, we can't build on those or cover those. They need to be accessible. So we're going to get rid of a lot of this, but we'll have to still figure out some way. Like, I like the seat wall idea. He doesn't use a fire pit. He mentioned a great thing. Everybody wants a fire pit. Nobody uses it. He's never used this. You know, nobody uses their fire pit. Very, very small amount of people. So when somebody asks you for a fire pit, it's like, why do you want that? How often do you use your fire pit currently? How often do you see yourself using it? Because we talk to so many people and they never end up using it, and they're spending $10,000, $15,000 on a fire pit area, right? We're going to do new coping, probably new tile as well, which then probably leads to new plaster, but hopefully not having to do that. But I need to talk with the pool guy to see if that's even possible. New coping, all new flooring or pool decking here. Okay. I asked him about shade. He said we definitely need a little bit of that. He talked about potentially a casita back here, so I'm not sure where, but that's something maybe we can think about and discuss. Maybe an area for a sauna. Let's go upstairs, because this area up here is where his outdoor kitchen is, or his outdoor grill. And he kind of likes this flooring here that he has. It's like a travertine flooring. And so that kind of goes good with the style of the house. But we don't want to get in the situation where we have this up here and he comes out and he looks over his beautiful backyard, because this is the other view that's really important to him, right? Like, this area is really, really important to him, or this view. And of course it is. Look how beautiful this is. It's insane. But we don't want to be looking at this beautiful white travertine and then see something that completely just doesn't match the rest of the house. So it has to flow together. It has to vibe. And yeah, that's pretty the walkthrough through the house. Pretty much the walkthrough of what he's looking for. Did I miss anything? Kind of all of it, right? So that's the really important thing for designers and our design team, like getting a cool picture, cool shot of from up here, looking at everything, and then from those chairs back up this way too. And then what I like to do as far as taking pictures goes is, let's get all of this. We want to see all of this. See all of this. I'm on 0.5x and I'm just spinning, taking pictures of everything so my designers can see everything. You know, just taking pictures of all of it. More pictures, the better. 0.5 is great. That way there's less questions, less miscommunication. Take a video too. All right, like we just do full walkthrough videos because I have Zen with me. Most people can't do that. So just put your phone on 0.5x, turn it to a video, and just do a walkthrough. Let's get more of these kind of lower pictures. I like to get pictures from of the neighbors too. I think it's good. Maybe some pictures over on this side as well, just to kind of show the length of this slope. Then we're going to get some elevations. I just really don't stop taking pictures. It's just way better this way. Okay? Now, how we do elevations. Okay? So, the best way to do this, because we have to cover so much ground, is probably set the box in the middle. Yeah, I think here is fine. But we don't really want to zero here. We just want to be able to, you know, get as far down there as we can and as far up there as we can. So I like to set the box kind of in the middle of where I'm getting elevations. Like if it's a smaller backyard, we can set it on where we're doing our zero, which is going to be typically the patio. Like for this, we're going to zero this patio because we know that's going to be our main level. And then we're going to go get all the other levels of the yard. We're going to go get what's the elevation of kind of that his top patio area. What's the elevation of where this playground is? What's the elevation of the bottom of this slope? That's going to really tell us. And then farther out on the slope as well, that's going to tell us like how big our walls need to be. You know, if we were needing drainage, like where's our drainage, all that stuff. So I'm going to pull all this out because we're going to use it all this length. Pull all this out. I'm going to make this nice and stable right there so that never ever moves. Okay, and then we're going to go find the pool deck first, which is right here. We have a perfect little spot. And we're going to throw it on. And then we're going to hold 0. And so now this has recognized that this is our 0. So our 0 is the pool deck. Okay? Now what we're going to do is first we're going to go over to here, because this is our flat area. This is the playground area. So this is -8 feet 2 inches. Like that's a ton of drop, right? So this is good to know, -8 feet 2 inches. So when we're designing and building, like how many steps do we need and how much space do we need for our steps? If our steps are 12 inches wide, you know, we need a ton of, you know, we need a ton of and 6 inches tall, we need a ton of those to be able to get to here. If that whole level is going to be up there. So like, how do we design this to where it looks nice and it's not just a huge drop off? Because this is for his kids, right? So if we're standing right here and then that's 8 feet down, you know, we're going to need to create some safety aspect or a planter here or something, right? Let's get some of this over here. Right at the bottom of these stairs is -2.3. So this is -2.2 3/4 inches under these stairs. That's great to know. These boulders, I really like these boulder steps. I think they're badass. And then, again, just so we can try to get our elevations as correct as possible, we'll try to come back, get this. This is still below the patio, -1 foot. So this area right here, which I'm kind of right in line with the tree and his car on the garage, just in front of the pool equipment, this is still -1 foot. So it's good to know. So we're still below. So we're not really dealing with any drainage issues, you know? Now what I want to do, I want to go get the top of that patio. That's as much as I got. Let's go get the top of this guy real fast. So from here, this right here is 9 feet 2 inches. 9 feet 2 inches higher than our pool deck. So it's good to know for our design team. Although most of this we're rebuilding, we're not really changing this level. But it's also just good to know. So we're getting everything as accurate as possible. We already got that area. Oh, we grabbed that. Thanks. And we'll get the bottom of this hill. That's what really matters. It's really kind of the bottom where our stairs are going to end about, and that's negative 12 feet 3 inches. Negative 12 feet 4 inches. And that's really all the elevations we need for the most part. And you know how we're going to make sure that everything is properly plotted correctly is we know where we marked our elevations. You know what? We'll do one more, just kind of as far out as we can go. That's about it. Maybe to a seating area, because he likes this area. So about negative 14.6 is the seating area. Negative 14.6 from the patio area. So from the drone photos that we had taken, I'm going to mark on those photos where what the elevations are that we marked. So on that bird's eye view photo, I'm going to mark that right here. This is negative 14.6. I'm going to mark right at the bottom of the stairs. It was like negative 12.2 or whatever it was, or the bottom of the hill. You know, the patio 0. Over there was like negative 8. And then the top of the patio was 9 feet, or kind of a second story patio. So that's how we shoot elevations. That's how we make sure that we're designing properly and correctly. I love the zip level. It's easy to use. You know, just use a piece of paper, or what I'll do is I'll take pictures. Like if it's just you, what I'll do is I'll take pictures. I'll have it on 1x, and I'll take a photo, right, of what it's at. So like minus 14 feet. Take a photo of that, and then I'll move it to 0.5x and kind of take a photo with it in the picture. Maybe take a couple to show where it's at in the yard. That way for your designer, they know what they're doing. All right. I think that's really it. We got everything that we need, huh?